Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses for the continuation of our Fall of the Republic playthrough as the Galactic Republic. In the last episode, we took a lot of Banking Clan territory. We are losing some units at Dantooine. We should actually be able to update this, now that I mention it, to show the unit type as well as the planet. Because before we had to work with the text with one variable in it, but now we can make the text string whatever we want. So we can just throw in for the screen text. It doesn't have to be a tooltip. It can just say a unit or a unit type, whatever, like a Venator blockading Dantooine has been destroyed by a ground-to-space weapon. We could even make it say Venator blockading Dantooine has been destroyed by hypervelocity gun or ion cannon. We can make it say whatever we want, which is pretty epic.
Invasion commencing.
But thank you, Alduin, for the Red Octobear gifted sub.
Ready for backup. Feeling fine. Objective looks protected.
We need stuff. There's just... I'm gonna... some ATRTs on this. Are those Droidic 2s? Yeah. God. This map, the starting force or the defending forces locations are not helpful. Thank you, Red Octobear, for the 5 gifted subs as well. And poor Rhino, still unsubbed. The Droidicas are Alduin, my clones are the unsub members of the Twitch channel. Rip.
Invasion commencing. Took a while.
Unlucky.
Building started. Securing position.
Alright.
Stay together.
We should be okay now. Maybe. Nope, you need to crouch. There. Force them off. Kill the Droidica. Before their shields are up. Oh, they have base defenses. Back off a little bit. Or I can pot noodle this one. All the sub revenue is going towards paying off the computer. And student loans. And my taxes for last year. It is fun having taxes be like one lump sum. pretty sure our infantry would be able to take out these turrets. Or the turbo laser towers, not turrets. Alright, let's just go up there. Can you hit this from here? I don't think you can. No, you're going to be too far off. So let's see. Oh god. And there's an AI turret right there. These poor clones. Yeah, we back off. I'm not doing this to you. Alright. Up here. Up here. And let's get a sensor. Let's get another landing zone. And everyone... You know what? Let's just go for that turret. Well, you guys stay here, and we're going to help out against these other vehicles on this side now. Luckily, we'll be able to use orbital bombardments in a second, because it does charge up the entire time. Even if it's not available, because of the grounded space weapons, it does still count towards the cooldown all that time. And here we go. Yikes. It'll only mean so much because they are in the turret, but... Or in the shield, not in the turret. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Everybody crouch, and we gotta go for that. You know what? Just go in here. Go for the power gen, because then we'll just be able to do whatever we want. Oh god. I should have focused that down first. Because that just ran down a whole column of troopers. All those poor dead infantry. Alright. We lost a lot of good clones there.
System conquered. Constructing.
We lost every good clone there.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay, we got a fleet into Ordcestus, though.
Objective looks
We
protected.
will have to rebuild that army. The banking clan
Choose
is
your
not going anywhere peacefully. Right. This is going to be harder.
Setting up
Combat
my
triangle.
route, I've got a clear path. Of course
Fully
you have.
acclimated.
firing.
I have
There's
landing
nothing we
gear.
can't handle.
Hitus.
Engaging drive thrusters.
Cuckoo
Bearing check.
Kachoo.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Where'd my
Setting
shield
course.
go? Lorth Needle.
Accelerating now.
What's on
Moving to
second?
Positions on your command.
Arquintons.
Arquintons responding.
Starfire.
Republic light cruiser responding.
Get Carricked.
Setting a course. Closing
So
on the
tread
target.
anymore.
On my way,
Maticus.
Commander. As you wish, Commander.
Indefatigable. Where's the
Considering
Katana
history.
fleet?
Let's move
Thunderchild.
this bucket.
WEG said I could land. I'm gonna have to split this fleet up. Missing question mark?
Accelerating now. Moving
Separatist
to positions
Bane.
on your command.
Potato
I copy
Freighter.
that. This is
Hellion
it.
Platter. Small boy.
Understood. Your orders? Moving out. Taking the offensive. All lights are green. Moving into attack position. Preparing assault salvo. Stand clear.
Here, let's get the commanders first, at least.
Main cannons charged.
That one's nearly down. This one's gonna go down.
Awaiting your orders, sir. Your orders? Taking the offensive. Ready for attack orders. All lights are green.
Arquintons here.
Transmit orders. All stations ready. Got you on the comm. Ready for command. Ready to deliver. Let's move this bucket.
Alright.
Plot our course.
In for these guys.
Preparing assault salvo. Cruiser ready for combat.
We killed all their little frigates.
Captain here. There's nothing we can
But we
do.
gotta make sure our other acclimators stay out of the danger
I have the
zone.
target in sight. Cruiser here. Moving into positions on your command. Training weapons your orders. Target. Stand clear. Cruiser here. Aim up. No missile destroyer here. Cruiser.
So we'll keep some of our ships on their munificence.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, we can get aggressive negotiator in there. And there's our Praetor.
All
Give me your
lights are
oxygen.
green. At your command. We'll crush those scum. Ready for command.
Ion cannon firing.
No, you can't make the reinforcement box bigger.
Main cannons charged. Cruiser ready for combat. Ready to commence. Reading you. This is the captain. Ready to deliver.
Unfortunately, that is stuck at its current size.
Moving into attack position.
Standing by. Engaging.
Cruiser here. Cruiser standing by. All lights are green. Ready for command.
Alright. Poor Thunderchild
Ready to deliver.
is going to be demolished.
Locked on target. Your orders? Stand clear. Safety
Maybe?
check complete. Awaiting your orders, channels open. We'll
Yes,
make
there
short
it
work
goes.
of them. They won't survive all lights are green. Main cannons charged. Reading you. Nominal status.
Thank you, Alduin, for another gifted sub.
Cruiser here. I have the target in sight. This is the captain.
However, I'm not saying make it bigger via a patch, or is that hard-coded? I mean, Petroglyph would be able to make it bigger with the patch if they chose
Ready
to,
for attack order.
but it is hard-coded.
At your command.
Like, the UI only recognizes
Might be small.
that many of that bone or the box being that size, so it's not
Ready to
something
commence.
modders can do.
Moving to attack.
All lights are green.
If Petroglyph did another
Awaiting
patch,
your orders, sir.
maybe
Heading
it'd
for
be
attack
something that we'd all
coordinates.
be able to ask for, and then maybe they do it,
For
but
attack orders. Missile destroyer
it
reporting.
probably wouldn't be that much more difficult for them to do than the fact that they expanded the build bar, but it isn't something that they did do.
At your command.
I think we did ask about it
Stations.
with the last patch,
Locked on
but
target.
I don't remember.
Ready for command.
Because everyone asked for a
Ready
ton
to
of shit.
commence.
Luckily, a lot of the important shit got fixed.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
You've got the captain. Disable their laser
Ready to
cannon.
deliver.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
And it'd probably be a long time before we'd be able to get another
Ready for attack
patch
orders.
from Petroglyph
As you wish,
anyways.
Commander. At your
So, like,
command.
it was
Your orders.
2 years between the last two,
Into attack
nearly
position.
3.
The war all
is
lights are
ours.
green.
Ready to commence.
Standing by. Our point
This is the captain.
Transmit orders.
Got you on the comm. Ready for command.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
What are the big ships? These are called the Invincible class Dreadnought. They're a very old ship that existed a long time before the Clone Wars, but were still in use in some places. I think they were introduced in the Han Solo Adventures, whichever the... I never remember what's the trilogy, what's the Adventures, what's what. But yeah, like Petroglyph makes the patches when they have time between doing other stuff, so it really just does come down to when they're available.
Hey, check your map.
Construction complete.
Alright, you guys are going into Sereno. I'm gonna have to split some of these guys off. Yeah, I guess we don't need that many of those. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's going to clear out some of it for us. Here, let's go to Quell then.
Decoding transmission.
You guys are going to go down to Roche.
Setting a course.
Tactical battle imminent.
Enemy movement.
Like, Ayla Secura's army is still around. We'll probably use that while building up more to send up to Kaylee.
Choose your reinforcements.
Talon. Yeah, I think we do want Talon for this for the Empress.
All crew accounted for. Ready to
Acclimator
blast
assault
the enemy.
loadout.
Moving flight plan. As you wish.
Get Wheeler in the back there. Or VSD-1. And weirdly shaped potato.
Destroyer holding.
There's a lot of potatoes that get referenced in the names.
Closing on the target.
It's always been the case.
Engines
I don't think any other food has been referenced quite as much as potatoes in
Rockets away.
naming patron ships.
Concentrating fire. All stations ready. Initiating combat protocols.
Oh no. For the Chancellor. Online.
Yes, sir. Copy. Ready for attack orders.
Thank you, Alduin, for another Tier 3 gifted sub.
Engage that fighter.
Stay in formation. Destroyer at station keeping.
It's taking serious damage.
On our way.
We've got fighters.
Is this just the huge fucking ship fleet game? I mean, I'm really late. I'm in the really late game,
In the chute.
so
Wheels
I
level.
have like any of our big stuff built.
Clearing the skies.
I have the Mandator, have the
Ready to
Raider.
update
The
orders.
Invincibles are early on, but also like they're good, but they're not. They're old.
Target located. Going down. Stop that. Your orders, General. Locking on.
think we're getting some lag here that I wouldn't be getting on the other computer.
Ships in the area. You got the captain. Time to die. Oh, air cruiser, stand
But we weren't getting lag in the other battle, so I don't know if it's just more settings I need to play with.
Yes, General. For them.
Alright, I'm gonna check. Did this change? Nope, I want you to... Nope, that's still there. Is that priority? Nope.
You got it? You've got company.
The enemy doesn't stand a chance.
We must turn back.
Ready for orders, Commander. Missiles at the ready.
Sir, holding position. Fighter locked. It should be destroyed.
Alright, we gotta get ready to go for the Golem.
Yes, sir.
You picked up a try. Moving out.
So let's start moving these guys in.
Generator.
Watch your tail.
Thank you, Emma Fortas, for the 5 gifted subs.
We can hold them off. Engage that fighter.
Missile tubes loaded.
That's the way.
Taking them out.
It's like sub Christmas over here today.
To the skies.
Regroup for another attack. Enemies in
Good shot.
Destroyer ready.
Take the shot now.
I copy.
Take the shot now. You've got an interceptor on your tail.
Destroyer holding. Let's run
Alright, I'm gonna... Start... Well, it doesn't matter, because that's gonna be
We're all set here.
opening up in a second.
Clear the area. Yes, Commander. That's the way it's done. Heading out. We're getting on. No, sir.
And he's asking, why did the Invincible have so many missile launchers? Was it calming during the time of its creation? You do kind of see more missiles in some of the earlier periods, but then you get back to KOTOR and that's not the case, so... it kind of just depends on the conception of the author from that.
Targeting computer online. Through. They won't know what hit them.
But kind of like there's also fewer ion cannons during
Entering now.
the Clone Wars, you get some more physical weapons in some of the earlier parts.
Enemies down.
Give me a target.
Good work.
Our reinforcements are taking casualties.
Starlancer's asking, is it possible in the future there could be Infinity's GC where the Vong invade during the Clone Wars? Since the start of Fall of the Republic, we have kind of played around with the idea of once we have the Republic, the CIS, and the Hutts kind of set up, and once we have some other work done in TR, that some of the factions from TR could be put in a slightly earlier state here in the in Fall of the Republic and have a map that's kind of like Art of War, where it's full galaxy map rather than just Clone Wars involved stuff.
They won't survive.
Because there were other factions that would have been around, even if they're not quite as big or powerful as the CIS Republic and as powerful as the Hutts could have been had they put their money into militarizing or activated their military assets that they did have. So having the potential future of like
Yes, Admiral.
Vong invasion events in specific GCs, or like having Hapens be present or something like that, isn't impossible.
Guns loaded.
Thank you, Alduin, for another gifted stub for Starlancer there.
Fall back. Charging generator. They're losing reinforcements.
We have hit 400 sub points. Epic.
I can't hold it. I'm pulling out. Sir, 4 enemy units approaching from behind. Good shot. Now that's how it...
Destroyer ready.
There's still a diamond class there. No. Kill them. They're garrisons, but still kill them.
We'll win this.
Take the shot now. We have the upper hand.
Thank you, James Grant, for the 5 gifted subs as well. Florum. Oh, Florum's independent too. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we're gonna pop around to Sereno. Actually, no, only 25 minutes, so we're good.
Recruiting.
More clones.
Constructing.
Let's get
Unit
1,
in
2,
production.
1, 2.
Unit in production. Unit in production.
Thank you, Nacho, for gifting 5 subs as well. Very appreciated. League is asking, can we get an all-huge ship assault fleet for the mutants? I mean, we're gonna have the final assaults on, like, Hypori, Empress Tita, Pomont. So those planets will all end up getting some sort of massive fleet sent against them, and then it's whatever ends up popping up in our feeds. We've made it to Quell. Which I'm going to group all these ground units up and build another assault force out of that.
Pinged a hostile.
Choose your reinforcements.
Is this a battleship? Yeah. Alright, WEG said I could land.
Complete.
Poorly acclimated.
Cancelled.
We read you.
Cuckoo
Breaking comm
Kachu.
silence. Fixing course.
Oxygen. Landing gear.
Nothing we can't handle. Engaging drive thrusters.
Alright, please hit my acclimators with your ion cannons.
Breaking comm silence.
And then let's throw in some more anti-fighter.
Ready to
Destroyer holding. Locking on target.
Captain here. Nominal status. Vectoring to the enemy.
One shot, one kill. I recommend we deal with them first.
Reading you. Battle stations. Fire for maximum effect. Locked on
Drop the
target.
power to weapons on them.
Your orders? Preparing assault salvo.
Destroyer at station keeping.
One
This is
shot,
the captain.
one kill.
And we just gotta make sure we don't spread too far out around it.
Knock it off.
Captain,
Like this is doing.
Ready.
But we're gonna start taking out the hard points in a second.
Wheel beach.
Let's make sure we've got them all going for something different.
all lights are green. Stand clear. This is the captain.
Otherwise, we're wasting a lot of firepower.
Got you on the comm. Battle stations. Captain here. Locked on target.
Missile destroyer here. Targeting enemy.
I'm out of control.
Reading you.
Ready to update orders. We'll level them.
Alright. We've already taken out a lot of the effective firepower of the Lucre Hulk.
This is the captain.
Because it's facing the other direction. Nope.
Drive thrusters.
Unless stuff decides to drive into that area.
Battle stations.
Yes. Destroy 'em.
They're flanking us.
Loading ordnance. We'll win this.
Been wiped
Captain
out.
here. Locked on target. Reading you.
Oh, you're in a bad spot.
This is the captain. Breaking comm silence.
Destroyer ready.
Our engines are destroyed, sir.
Let's see if it can. Nope.
Destroyer holding.
I was wondering if it would fall under their notice, but we just lost 2 of our
Shields are at half.
Lucre Hulk, or 2 of our acclimators to their side ships.
Destroyer at station keeping.
Let's swap over to that then.
Watch your flanks.
Kill their supports.
Deliver. Main cannons charged.
Ready.
Alright, we're ready to move in there. Honestly, a lot of the planets they have left, like, we do have some of the main fortresses to assault, but we are getting to the point where they are going to have some of their economic planets as well, which will be a little bit easier for us to take, on the ground in particular.
Taking the offensive.
Alright, blow up the Kolovex.
Moving into attack position.
Ready to update orders. All crew
There you
accounted
go.
for.
All lights are green.
There's not much time left.
Preparing assault salvo. Where are we headed?
We've got intercept.
And thank you, Alduin, for subscribing yourself at Tier 3 for 3 months in advance.
Captain here. There's nothing we can't handle.
Fixing course.
Ready for command.
Charging generator. On our way.
And ridiculously generous this stream.
Standing by.
More fighters approaching directly ahead.
Destroyer ready.
Ready to deliver. Machine drive thrusters. Missile destroyer set.
Here,
Got you on
up
the
here.
comm.
Sensors picking up an enemy
Red
squad.
Octobear is asking, are there any other special events that can happen for the Republic after avoiding the Palpatine incident, or that the last script event? That's it for the time being. Both of those paths are going to be like fleshed out more. The story stuff in the mod in general is going to be fleshed out more.
Turrets, take them down. We've done it.
Ready. I copy.
We just wanted the kind of the core elements of the government mechanics for both factions to be done for the initial releases.
Ready to update orders.
So that's why we focused on like getting the two paths in for them, getting the basic faction integration for the CIS, which is why right now the CIS, the main way you get them is by like buying their loyalty directly rather than like the missions or other stuff, and why there's only rewards when you get to level 100.
Charging generator.
But those will all be
Watch your side.
increased, so like there'll be more missions, more heroes and units and stuff that happens for the CIS when you're
Destroy 'em.
at levels other than just 100.
We'll
Here,
win
pick
this.
that hard
Your
point,
orders? Stand clear.
because then you'll stop missing.
Main cannons charged.
Watch your tail. You picked up a try.
Taking the offensive.
Destroyer at station keeping.
Is there any way to create an actual story mode like in the base game? So technically you could make a set, like a series of fully scripted missions. It's just that's a lot of scripting, and then that means any of that work kind of doesn't apply to Galactic Conquest, which is one of the reasons that the work doesn't go in that direction, because then like that is a lot of work that then doesn't improve the rest of the mod, especially when Galactic Conquest is kind of the main thing. So kind of what we're doing in that direction is as many of the missions as we can reasonably kind of fit into the Galactic Conquest, but then also having some of those and some additional ones put into the historical battles menu where we have instant action currently. Thank you, obviously Evil, for gifting Rhino a tier 3 sub.
Charging generator. On our way.
The multi-hour subplot of this stream.
Captain. Breaking comm silence.
Destroyer ready.
Like, Nohembre was working on a Battle of Endor mission in Thrawn's Revenge, which would be like after the Death Star's dead, so covering that part of the battle.
Locking on target.
Then Imperial Reign would have the actual earlier part.
Ready to deliver.
Destroyer at station keeping.
The cinematic stuff, you can do elements of that, but there's a lot of tools that the map editor had for the base game that we just don't have access to. And some of that requires those tools, so it wouldn't be quite the same as base game stuff. There are some things that we'd be missing out on, but... Alright, I think that's going to do it for episode 2 here. We're going to keep recording on Twitch, but for those watching on YouTube, thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye!